So continuing on, dividing mixed numbers. Reminder what we do. We've got to first change our mixed numbers to improper fractions and then keep change reciprocal. Make sure we take our time going through the process here. So we're going to look at number 5 here first of all. Number 5, they already did the first part for us. In other words, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21, so 21/8. We have to do the same process with the 2 1/4. So same idea, 2 1/4. We'll do 2 times 4 is 8, plus the 1 on top is 9. Denominator always stays the same, 9/4. Okay, and again, just visually think about, we are not going to draw this out every time, but just to make sure everybody understands where this is coming from. 2 1/4. Basically, imagine splitting it, even the wholes up into fourths, and then you can count and see that you would have 9/4 there. Okay, that's still a division problem. We have to do change this to a multiplication problem, so keep change reciprocal. So they kept the 21/8. They changed the division to multiplication, and the reciprocal of 9/4 is 4/9. Good. At that point, we are ready to multiply. You do have an option, since we're multiplying, of trying to reduce like factors, something in the numerator with something in the denominator. You don't have to do that. It'll give you smaller numbers. Otherwise, you can multiply across and then go and divide it out afterwards. So if you just multiply across here, you're going to get 84 over 72, which is an improper fraction. So then we can change that to a mixed number. 84 divided by 72. Remember, n for numerator always goes on the inside when you divide. So 72 goes into 84 one time. We subtract is 12. And again, we're not doing remainders anymore. We'll do fractions for that. So we have 12 left out of the 72 that we're dividing by. If you see it, these numbers can both be divided by 12. Don't forget your whole number part there. That would be 1 1/6. If you don't see to divide by 12, maybe you just see they're both even. Divide by 2. Then they're both going to be even again. Divide by 2. Then they're both going to be divisible by 3. Okay? So it may take 3 steps to get that reduced depending how you do it. As long as you get it down to 1 1/6, that's really what we're after. Okay? Just to mention, again, only can be done for multiplication. Only can be done for multiplication is reducing factors. So if you tried to reduce these ahead of time, one thing you might notice is the 4 and the 8 can both be reduced by 4, which is 1 and 2. And then the 9 and the 21 can both be reduced by 3, which would be 3 and 7. I've actually written here next to the numbers what I'm dividing them by. I've seen some people reduce and then they'll accidentally reduce one number by one thing and another number by a different thing. So just an idea if you do that. Anyway, if you do the reducing like this, you will get 7/6. And then if you've done all the possible reducing, at that point, when you get your answer, when you divide it out, it should already be reduced. So it's basically just a matter of when are you reducing. Are you reducing before you multiply? Are you reducing after you multiply? Okay? Either way is fine. We look at number 6. We've got 3 divided by 4 1/2. So same idea. We're going to change these to improper fractions. The 3 actually we have as a whole number. Anytime if you have a whole number, you can always put it over a 1 because 3 divided by 1 is the same as 3. We'll go ahead and change the 4.5 to an improper fraction. So as an improper fraction, that would be 9/2. Remember, this is still a division problem, and we have to take our time with these. We try and rush and do all these steps at the same time, we're more likely to make a mistake. So keep change reciprocal, it becomes 3/1 times 2/9. So if you multiply these straight across, 3 times 2 is 6, 1 times 9 is 9. 6/9, both of those are divisible by 3, which would be 2/3. Since we reduced, what that means is you did have an option of reducing ahead of time. Just to point out, 3 and 9, we could have reduced those by 3 if you want to. If not, not a big deal, we'll reduce it at the end. And just to mention, on number 6, for example, we took 3 divided by 4.5. Anytime if you take a number, divided it by a bigger number, you're going to get an answer less than 1. 3 divided by 4.5, okay, 4.5 is bigger than the 3, so that's why our answer came out less than 1. On the previous example, 2 and 5/8 divided by 2 and 1/4, we were dividing by a smaller number, and that's why our answer came out bigger than 1. So that's just kind of a guideline, something to think about when you do these problems. Okay, we'll look at number 8. We've got 1 and 2/5 divided by 7. So we'll get some improper fractions here. First, 1 and 2/5. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 2 is 7/5. The 7 is a whole number. We can put that over 1. It's still dividing. We got to change it to multiplication. So keep change reciprocal. Becomes 7/5 times 1/7. So if we multiply these, we'll get 7/35, and we can reduce both of those by 7. Would be 1/5. Other option is, since we're multiplying, we can reduce those 7s by a factor of 7, and we'll get 1/5 that way also. So this problem, we're going to get improper fractions first. So this would be 41/5. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15/4. This is still a division problem. So change this to multiplication. 41/5 times 4/15. Keep change reciprocal. Again, don't try to do any reducing until you get it to a multiplication problem, if you ever do that. Okay, it's called reducing factors. Factors are things that are multiplied together. So this problem, there's actually nothing that we can reduce. There's going to be big numbers, and we're just going to have to deal with it. 41 times 4 is 164. 5 times 15 is 75. And definitely be working stuff out to the side here. Don't feel like you've got to just try to multiply that all in your head. That's an improper fraction, so we're going to change it to a mixed number. So 75 would go into 164 2 times, which is going to end up being 150. There's 14 left out of 75. And since I was not able at all to reduce ahead of time, this should be reduced already. Only options with 14 anyway would be 2 and 7, and neither of those work with the 75. We'll look at a couple problems here in your workbook. Workbook page 12, number 17. How many kitchens can max paint with 20 gallons? So kitchens, if you look at the table over here, it takes 2.5 gallons for him to paint a kitchen. So what we need to think about, obviously this problem's in a division section. Our goal is that in real life, we're not necessarily even just working in a section of a math book. We're, out painting kitchens, and we're thinking about, if I've got 20 gallons of paint, how many of these kitchens am I going to be able to paint with this amount of paint that I've got? Okay, maybe this is a subdivision they're building where all the houses are pretty much the same. You've maybe seen before. All right, so what we got to think about is that we have 20 gallons of paint, and we're going to divide that up by 2.5. In other words, how many 2.5s do I have in 20 is what we're looking for. So to work this out, we put the 20 over 1. The 2.5 will change to an improper fraction. 2 times 2 is 4, plus the 1 on top is 5 halves. And remember, that's a division problem still. We're going to have to change that to a multiplication problem. Keep change reciprocal. So 20 over 1 times 2/5. So if you multiply, 20 times 2 is 40, 1 times 5 is 5. 40 divided by 5, whoops, thinking ahead here. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So we could do 8, not gallons, 8 kitchens. 8 kitchens that we could paint with our 20 gallons of paint. This one, again, if you wanted to, the 20 and the 5 could have been reduced. Not a big deal. Number 24, Franco has decorating ribbon 18 3/4 feet long to be used for gift packages. Each package requires 2.5 feet of ribbon. How many packages can Franco decorate with his ribbon? So for this problem, similar idea. We have 18 3/4 feet to work with, and we want to divide it up into a bunch of 2.5 foot ribbons. So change to improper fractions first. 18 times 4, I would be probably working that out here so I don't make a mistake. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. And then we need to make sure we add this 3 on top here as well. So 72 plus 3 gives us 75/4. 2.5, 2 times 2 is 4, plus the 1 on top is 5 halves. This is still a division problem. So keep change reciprocal to get this to a multiplication problem. We'll go ahead and mention it on this problem. Most of them we've been kind of saying, well, you could have reduced here if you wanted to. This one I'll just go ahead and show you on reducing. So the 75 and the 5, we can reduce both of those by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 75 I know is able to be reduced by 5 because anything that ends in 0 or 5 is divisible by 5. This is a little bit bigger numbers. We may need to work that off to the side here. That's going to be 15. And then actually also the 4 and the 2 are both even numbers. We can reduce those both by 2. And so if you do the reducing, you'll get 15 over 2, so 15 halves. If you don't do the reducing, you would get 150 over 20. And then we'll meet each other at the answer, hopefully. So 15 halves the improper fraction, so 15 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 15, 7 times is 14, and we have 1 left out of 2. So that means we would be able to decorate 7.5 packages. Probably realistically then, let's say that we could decorate 7 packages. Okay, what the book says is we could do 7 packages with 1 1/4 feet left over. That they would have had to figure out, you know, half a package, how much that would be. So 7 packages that we could fully decorate is probably good enough for that part. Then part B, suppose 1 1/4 feet of ribbon is needed to decorate a smaller package. How many more smaller packages could Franco decorate than large packages? Alright, so this has got a little bit to it here. We got to think a little bit. So we had 18 3/4 feet. For the smaller packages, then we're going to divide that by 1 1/4. Same idea as we did before. We're going to change to improper fractions. We just did this on the previous problem, so you know, you can double check yourself, work it out, and make sure you get the same thing. But that'll be 75/4. 1 1/4 would go to 5/4. And then we're going to keep change reciprocal. This is looking kind of similar to what we did on the last problem. If you want to here, you have the option of reducing. We can actually reduce the same as last time with the 5 and the 75 would be 1 and 15. And then if you want the 4s, you can reduce down to 1s. And then you get 15 over 1, which means exactly 15. Now, we did a lot of work there, so temptation might be, you know, let's go on to the next problem, or we're done. We're actually not done with this problem. So we did need to do what we just did. We got how many small packages. On the previous part, we got how many large packages. So then we can now subtract. So 15 minus 7, which is 8. So in other words, 8 more smaller packages than larger packages. So this gives you an idea about dividing mixed numbers.